General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni ebibye si birungi eyo era buli kyasiba kikutukawo obukutusi kubanga Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine yamusimba ekijinji buli General Museveni gyagezaako okudda bw'ati asanga wasibe, buli gyagezaako okuddukira asanga watugge, buli kyagezaako okukola Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine yamukwata awaluma, yamutuuza ddala. Kati General Museveni yeebuuza kikyakukola era yeebuuza amagezi g'omwana Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine. Abingi General Museveni azze abikola bulijjo naye ng'abiyitako nga yeeyita omugezi ennyo asingayo, kumbe tamanyi wagenda kujjayo omulembe omwagulanyi ate omukambwe ate omubuufu, ati nno buli ekikolebwa baba buufu wano e Uganda. General Museveni kati naye yeebuuza engeri Kyagulanyi gy'akolamu ebintu bye, engeri gye tubikolamu bannayuganda, okubanga ali ku bunkenke buli olukedde era nga ateredde naye ali akeesa lukya ng'okko ya mutamiivu, era bwe lukya nga Ssekikowe nti bannange lwerondo simatuse tebantutte, ng'asigala agenda bw'atyo bw'ali naye ng'essaawa yonna ekintu kigenda kubwatuka. Anti ennaku z'omwezi 8 si zezenkya, zezenkya ekintu ekigenda okutokota nga kisaanikire onompulirira embaga. Njasobola tulaba akatambi kano olwokomanya nti nno General Museveni ebyo byaggwawo dda takyalina lugendo.
Sit next to them. Do something about it. Just do anything as long as it is not going to violate anyone's human rights. Do that. But then you see leaders like religious leaders who are supposed to stand with the weak and oppressed. They just stand with the oppressors. They would just rather go and have special prayers for a dictator, for a brutal dictator who has stolen the elections, who has been stealing elections, who has been killing Ugandans and getting away with impunity. We are talking about killing Ugandans or Africans, in fact, because he's a puppet of the West. Museveni has been used as a proxy for USA, for UK, for EU, to cause suffering, great suffering to fellow Africans. And I mean this. Why do I say this? Because how come he has committed all these atrocities and yet he's still just finding life easy? They just press one sanction, a Colonel, is it General Kaihura, maybe, and one other General Kanhiho, after 5 years of heinous crimes against humanity, not only in Uganda, but in Congo, in Sudan, in Somalia, and all this is happening, and there's clear evidence. We have a lot of video evidences. We have him even on record saying these things, saying that he's the master of violence. Now, when we say Uganda is not safe until we are all safe, we really mean it. Even those people who think that they support Museveni, they support Mho's project, they're also not safe. You can see from the recent diversion that we've been having on social media, instead of concentrating on demanding for the release of our brothers and sisters who are missing, the hashtag missing 18, or demanding for our people to be brought to courts of law, as the Constitution states, that if you are guilty of any offense or of any crime, you've got up to 48 hours to have access to your lawyers, and also to have access to family, so that your family can know your welfare conditions. But now we are counting up to 4 years. Some of them have gone missing 5 years. They're nowhere to be seen. That's not a country, and that's not a leadership that is supposed to be securing people's future as they claim. That is a terrorist organization, and we must live with a reality. That is a terrorist organization. That's how we should be seeing Museveni. It's a mafia terrorist organization which has been funded by the West. And not until recently that we have tried to expose them, that they are being shy, and they've started pushing some substantive sanctions. Like AGOA is gone now, which is congratulations to us, because we put too much pressure. But also, every step is a step. We start from crawling, and then we stand, and then we stagger, then we start walking as normally. So we should keep on asking the American government, our leaders from different NUP or People Power chapter, and we should work as a team. That's a very, very important part of my reaction to the previous speaker. We should work as a team. I mean, am I asking myself, why am I here? What am I going to achieve after being on this platform? Am I just going to come and talk and after that go? What will be the outcome of this meeting? We need to link up and cause an organization like maybe East African organization, because this modern day slavery is not a Ugandan problem only. Even our brothers and sisters in Kenya, in Tanzania are experiencing the same thing. So we should link up and make strong organizations that are going to protect all immigrant labor workers, to protect them just like you'll be protected in Europe or any other country of the world. Other than that, we have another terrorist organization in Uganda, I must tell you, is the Uganda Human Rights Commission, because they are complacent with all the human rights violations that are taking place. They are an obstruction to justice. They are trying to prevent and also scare off victims of abductions from coming up and reporting their missing people. Even when it is on record that they are registered Ugandans, they say they don't have national ID. National ID is just a document which is temporary, which was just created recently. That national ID card should not take away your right to be a Ugandan. Me, I refuse to say that. Njasigalanga nga ani musoga, njasigalanga nga ani mucholi, njasigalanga nga ani mudama, njasigalanga nga ani muluwo. Olwo olulimi lwange lwendogera lwebanzaala nalwo. Kijja kubaawo nkobe mbu ndi muzungu, nkobe mbu njogera Luswahili. So if you are Muganda, and you should be proud of it. But then you see the Uganda Human Rights Commission on record, they've been seen smuggling people from Congo or Rwanda in buses, feeding them. Where have those people disappeared to? Because Kagame is another dictatorship, as we all know now. No, if you'll be uninformed if you don't know that Kagame is another Museveni of Rwanda. Those people they are birds of the same feather. Dictators always work together, you know. They work together as like mercenaries for the USA, mercenaries for the UK. Like now they were trying to send desperate immigrants from the UK back to Rwanda. But in Rwanda, we know very well it is the media does not report the violations of human rights that are ongoing there, but they are worst. In fact, they are similar to what we are having in Uganda. So in my conclusion, I say that we should work as a team. We should now just form up like this platform. I don't know why there are no politicians, especially from change-loving politicians, like opposition leaders or opposition politicians. Why should this be only for a few volunteers who are willing to push for change? Why should we not have people who are in office that we sent in office by our votes, that we worked so hard, even using these platforms, to promote their names so that they can go there and represent us? Why should we not have them to use their voice? Why should I just see His Excellency making a serious tweet, and I don't see so many of the MPs amplifying that tweet? Why? Why can't they be on this platform and also have their say? Because after all, they are the legitimate official leader.
I don't know if it's my network, but Comrade Paul, we've lost you. Yes, but your message is loud and clear. Thank you so much, Comrade, for that. Comrade Jackson, please step in. And comrades, get your computers or your gadgets ready. We are going to go through some tweets. Yes, Jackson.
Hello. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for the privilege I think I'm clear and you're
Yes.
getting.
You're loud and clear, and we can see you very, very
Very glad
good.
to be on the platform again. I must confess that indeed, if you have nothing to die for, then you're not worth living. And this for Uganda is bleeding is real good because it helps us to share the predicament that our people are always found in. And maybe to go straight the issue pertaining to our children, the UAE, I have a concern there. And my concern is, I know, like my colleague did present, government has everything it takes to be able to help, to ensure, to protect the livelihood of those children in diaspora. Issues of legal protection, I know, if they wanted, if they had the political will, that is within their mandate. Regulation and monitoring, awareness education, pre-departure training, which have always shown that the children who are in diaspora are inept and not very well prepared, are within a mandate of government, which has intentionally rejected to do her call. Now, when we look at what we could be able to do, because like I've mentioned, bilateral agreements, support services, regular inspection, regulation agenda, all these things can be done by government. But if it has no political will or it has an agenda to depopulate, because if indeed people are going out, it is us that don't meet the threshold. If the children are out there, the Ugandan children are out there who would vote no, it means we are missing on that vote. I wanted to suggest, because I'm one person that while growing up, I heard about the 12 tactics that the government used. And in the 12 tactics, there is something that I learned where they will send the people dressed on the combat uniform and tell people that these are Ugandan army. After they had killed, they would then come putting on rugs and some kind of visanja and tell people that, look here, it is the government which killed, so we are looking for them. Now, in that tactic, you and I don't know who is on this forum, but my prayer would have been that we are looking for threshold as a NUP. If that be right, then how do we need to solve the UAE issue? My view would be to create a structure that provides safety, because it's not good for us to lose people. We are losing lives. That is very important. But to create a narrative which brings joy, which gives them comfort, I think we would only be supporting a government. What we need to do is to increase the threshold by either bringing them, of course, when you bring them back and they're not having jobs, there is no way they're going to support a regime which is void of jobs that they need or which is not able to cater for them. And by so doing, we are increasing on the threshold for NUP. So my colleagues, I may differ with you on this one. My idea is not that we make life so good in the UAE. My idea is that we enroll, create a structure so that these people continue to join us to make numbers. I would even pray that we begin making a strategy. Whatever we are doing should be guided by a strategy. What do we want? If we are not going to cross several bridges in the imagination before the crowd, then we shall be hit at the bridge. So my colleagues, my prayer would be that whatever we are doing should be able to resonate with a strategy for us to succeed. And this is in increasing numbers, populating parliament, having people who support change go through, finding a way of increasing voices of people who are speaking here and there about the good and the agenda for NUP, which is a democratic one and a good one for Uganda. I want to just say thank you for the opportunity to allow me to be present on this forum. Thank you, and God bless you abundantly.
Thank you so much, brother. Yes, let us not flee, but rather stay and fight for that mother Uganda we desire. Thank you so much, brother. We will be drawing to a close soon, comrades. After Comrade James, we should go to our tweets. Yes, Comrade James, do come in. Thank you.
Doctors, I'll say good morning and kudos to
Yes.
Jackson. Kudos to Jackson. You know,
Oops, sorry. Your mic is muted. Sorry.
am I okay now?
Yes, yes.
I was saying congratulations and kudos to Jackson. Jackson is is my product of Busia. I have been quarreling with him almost every other day. If you hear the videos I make in Busia, it's either Gesa Jackson or it is Wafula George. Now, Jackson is a teacher. He's a teacher, and I have been asking Jackson, what do you teach? If you're a teacher of a secondary school, we should not be having a problem. And we have been struggling to have. I said, Jackson, come. You are a teacher, come and teach. And I think you have heard, he's a teacher. That is very, very good for me, very effective. And that is something that we all need to do, that connecting with the people at home. Ever since I started making videos, Busia is not a cell. Busia has become a forum. I am sure there are more Busia people in this world. And I told them, for us in Busia, we lead and others follow. Jackson, thank you. I want to get back, I think, to somebody. It was MH who debated. I like what MH also said. And I will want to say something similar to this. Each of us in the diaspora, whoever we are in the diaspora, has a representative. Whether you're in the UK, you have somebody, either a member of parliament or somebody that you have in your place. How much are you communicating with that person? Recently, I think you saw me when I got the communication from the Secretary of State, and I went with it to my House rep. After meeting my House rep, it has now reached my senator. And they have written to me twice. I think I came even here and I told you people, can you give me supportive documents? I will say also kudos to Joe, because after it was Joe and Dr. Nico, and I first of all hesitated on Nico. I'm like, I want to see Ugandans. As Ugandans, we must have these things at fingertips, because I was like, I now have an opportunity to talk to my senator. I wrote last week, because they wrote back to me, said, James, we are following you up on what you wrote to us previously, before Christmas, before the holiday. We want to know if there's something we can do, if we can help. So I'm like, what do I write back? What do I tell these people? So I started reaching out. And Nico was very ready, said, James, I have enough for you. And then I'm like, no, Nico, I want Ugandans. I want Ugandans before you. I know you support us. I know you have a lot for us, but I want Ugandans, because for this to look like we are concerned as citizens, we must have a role. We must take lead. Let's go back to a few videos I made about 2 months ago about funerals. You remember I was telling you people of Busia, that funerals are becoming a tool for mobilization. Look at what Bujingo's funeral has turned into. The man is dead, and they are twisting the funeral. They are twisting the death of the man to zero on a Nup. The whole message from Gashumba was, we are in power. We are Bavandime. MK is all about Bavandime, and we're coming to power. This nonsense that we are seeing from Nup will not be there. Look at that level of threat. And Ugandans want to sit back. And now they can even kill someone just to, because how does this man become an SFC all of a sudden? And the whole funeral is militarized with the gun salute. And then it goes down that if we have killed people, we are going to look for somebody who has killed this soldier. How can... I even don't know whether there was somebody who was killed. Maybe they could have even buried an empty box. Did anyone see that man? But it's like it's a decoy. And look at the whole, the quality of stupidity, ignorance that is involved. How they can even say somebody goes to an intensive care unit. Medics know. Either somebody goes to progressive care unit, somebody goes to acute care unit, somebody goes to intensive care unit. And who goes to intensive care unit? These are facts. Who goes to intensive care unit? Somebody on life support. with a threat to life. Who goes to acute care unit? All these things, I'm like, but now the medics have sat back, they have ignored, and I think I also made a tweet to what Joe was commenting about the hospitals, and I'm like, no, we should stop sometimes just saying government, because government is us. People decide to sit back. If you become a sheep, just know you'll attract wolves. If you become a sheep, you'll attract wolves. People decided to take a knee. Government at Uyambe, that is taking a knee all the time. And these things, people must rise up. It is going to take the citizens, and there's no, I think it must be bad. It has to get worse until it becomes better. There's no way we are going to say USA should help. Yes, perhaps USA can help also if you stand out in USA. As a taxpayer in USA, if you're a taxpayer like I am, me, I'm a taxpayer, and I'm trying to ask the USA to account for the taxes I pay, because it has now come to the end of the year. If you don't pay taxes, some of us who are here, if you don't pay taxes, it's enough for you to be deported into Uganda. But this is very money that we break our backs for in the US, that is used to stupidly up down in Uganda. So for me, let's be very effective. Let's change the way of doing things. Make sure you are relating with your senator. You are relating with your area representative. Yes, we are doing protests, but who carries the final protest in writing and follows it up? This is something I've been asking forever. That who carries the final protest? Where did it go? Are we just going to the streets, protest, and go back? On Christmas Eve, I witnessed protest of Palestinians before my governor. I'm telling you, that thing taught me a lesson. They don't care. You can be there shouting, and for us inside there, we are protected. And I'm like, but who listens to these people who are outside? I think these guys sat there and protested as long as for us were having Christmas Eve at the governor's place. At the end of the day, for us, we left satisfied. We left happy, and I'm sure the other guys were in the cold, protesting the cold, and left. And I'm like, but who amongst those protesters could have had a paper to walk in? And then I'm like, but if I had something to present to the governor, I think it is now at this moment that I can present, because I was able to be inside. So as citizens, wherever you are, have what we call an active role. An active role is about you questioning where you are. It's about you seeing something and saying something. It's about you seeing something and following it up to the end. That is what I'm saying. So I guess thank you for coming to debate. And I think in the near future, we're now going to say Busia, our leaders are going to be chosen on this forum. For Busia, if they can't come here like somebody else, I said, where are MPs? The person who comes here from Busia, we shall root for you. Because if we want people, leaders must be seen. And Mr. Gesa, as a teacher, thank you so much for coming here. It is your maiden presentation. You'll be better. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. James, for that. And of course, for inviting another teacher. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll hear from you, Mr. Egesa, again in the coming days. Yes, Brother Henry, please do unmute, speak to us. In the meantime, I will be putting the tweets in the background so that guys can go over to the Twitter handles and take action. Yes, Henry, Happy New Year. How are you?
I'm well, thanks, Comrade Dorcas, and thank you to all the comrades on this platform. I thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you all. And most important thing is to thank you for thinking about your country, like knowing that it's gonna take all of us as Ugandans. You know, being a Uganda is not just talking about I'm a Ugandan, I'm a Ugandan. What have you done for Uganda? And what you comrades sparing time and come on this platform every Saturday, nothing is better than that. You can have everything in Uganda, but if you don't fight for this country, no one else is gonna fight for it. And then people who think they own it, they'll keep doing whatever they're doing to put the country down. Comrades, Uganda came from far, and our grandparents fought for it. Our grandparents fought for it. Now that we are again captured, that time we are colonized, and our grands, they fought for it. Now we are being colonized by our own Black people, just a small group of people. And still, it's us, it's our generation to fight for it. And then our kids, our grandchildren, they'll have a better Uganda. But it's gonna take us who are acknowledging these issues out there. When it comes to demonstrations, these demonstrations that we do, like when us who are living away from Uganda, yes, sometimes we do these things, we write petitions to these politicians, and then we seem like they're just passing them, or they're not even paying attention to them. But again, these demonstrations, comrades, and then I think, Dorcas, we should also, this is a message that should be said every time we have this platform live. I think all comrades, wherever you are, it should also be a responsibility to involve the local people in the countries that we are living in. Because these local people, they are the ones who are raising, they're the ones who are paying taxes for these politicians to decide who to help or to help Museveni specifically. So when we involve these local people as well, they'll follow up. They do follow up their taxes, what their taxes are doing. These guys read newspapers. These guys open their mailbox all the time. Us as Ugandans, I'm pretty sure all of you comrades on this platform, those in outside Uganda, when you open your box, you only take bills out. You don't take these newspapers. But these guys, they read them. Even this money that they fundraise for Uganda, they send to Museveni, these guys are aware. These guys who are paying taxes are aware. So it's also time to start involving them. I don't have so much to say, Comrade Joe, I mean, the task you've taken the task you've taken in what you're participating with our comrades who are in these countries, the Arab countries, I can't thank you enough. And maybe it's also time to even make it bigger, let it be everyone's concern as well. And Comrade Joe, all the comrades that make this happen every Saturday, Dorcas, thank you so much for your resilience. Together we can. You guys, you're the real definition of our goal. You're the real definition of this struggle. And please, never even think of breaking. Never, ever think of breaking. Much as right now, the government is not also seated. They are looking at us, what we are doing. There's a lot of things that will be coming along the way. But let's be as prepared as possible. If there can't any spark that can put this guy down, let it find us when we are prepared, when we are still together, when we are still fighting. Comrade Dorcas and the comrades on here, I mean, if you accept me, I had a talk with the comrade Honorable Lutamaguzi, and he accepted, because one of the comrades here, he said it's also very important that these active politicians out there in Uganda, mostly these ones who are going in the parliament, they should also start being on this platform at least every week or every 2 weeks. We get some guests from down there. And of course, every time Dorcas is, Dorcas is sharing this link. If we happen to have, because these guys are representing they're representing districts, they're representing their constituencies. And I'm sure every constituency, there's some people, or every district where these guys are doing their politics, there's some people from that district in diaspora. So if Dorcas is sharing this link, and then we have a guest, I'm sure we'll be able to bring more people to this platform. And right now, if you can allow me, Comrade Dorcas, think about it. I can call.
Yes, brother, there is a message on there. I think also your.
Yes.
Yeah, there is. All right. I don't know what is happening, but yes. Thank you so much, Brother Henry. Unity is crucial, and we do ask that you continue to fight, and let's spread the message for change. Brother Henry, I believe you're going to come in and summarize your Ismail, one of the comrades. Do come in for a minute, and whilst I don't know what is happening.
All right, Dorcas, thank you. Yeah. Let's take the next speaker, and that would be, yes, Godfrey, come again, please. Godfrey, Godfrey, hold the mic. Let's have Mimi, and then I'll get back to you. Let me unmute Mimi. Mimi, you have the mic. Speak to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mine is just to encourage comrades. If each one of us could invite one person each Saturday, you know, we are 22, like right now we are 22, and each one of us can invite one person other than the person that normally comes on this platform. Let's start there. Let's start by inviting one. They might not be in the struggle yet or care about the struggle, but at least invite them and tell them, come and hear and know about what's going on in Uganda, even if you may not want to be part of it, but be there and listen. Maybe those people can change it. Let's make it a point that each Saturday we are inviting one person, and each one of us knows one person out there they can invite. Make them special. Tell them you're going to be a special guest today on this platform. Please come. But let us make it up. Let us start with us here on this platform, everyone. I know we talk, we discuss, and these discussions are so good, but we also have to start making an effort to invite the people in the diaspora in these meetings. Because if they are not going in these meetings, they are not going anywhere. So let us start with us here on this platform. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mimi. That is a very good proposal. As a matter of fact, that is a good strategy. And yes, if we invite them, they're not able to attend for some reason, we always have the recordings, or you can go to the archive and send them the message, and they listen. And again, it's likely to arouse their interest. So many people are not engaging because they don't know what we are discussing here. But I think once they start listening, I'm sure they're likely to want to engage or to join. So that is a very good strategy. We can do that, each one of us, unless we know somebody that we can invite. Yes, yeah, Comrade Iga, back to you. Let me unmute you. Yes, you're unmuted, Iga. Godfrey.
Yeah, thanks very much, Joe. And thanks very much to Mimi with her submission. But what she's saying, we've tried many times. I don't know whether it's a Ugandan disease where certain people will only come when it's something else other than fighting for freedom, and which is very shameful. Yeah? We all have things to do. In fact, you can come in and not contribute. You can just listen, make the numbers up. Numbers do matter, man. Yeah? But in listening, maybe at one point you'll get the courage to come on. Now, I don't see why we should be begging people, especially in the diaspora. The reason we are in the diaspora and not home is because of the bad governance at home. I mean, right now, I would rather be at home, whether I've got money or not. But with that political situation, it's almost impossible. Yeah, I've got my people home, I've got some of my kids home, and they would love to see me more often than not. But they can't. I can't just get up and go. The reason is, why do I need to apply for a visa to go to my country of birth? Yeah, that's unacceptable. If I have an emergency, I can't get up and go. Yet we spend most of our hard-earned resources back home. You know, in fact, we contribute more at home than we contribute here. Yes, we pay taxes here, but any other money we earn, at least 80% ends up home. And this should be acknowledged by, well, we don't want the dictator to acknowledge it because he's illegally in that seat. We want our president who was voted in, that's His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, to be in the president of Uganda as the people chose. Now, the other point I wanted to mention is, while this Vujingo saga has been going on from Tuesday, if you watch the videos, the people who've been standing behind him, pretending to be concerned, are the same people, especially they were here in the UK when they brought this MK and we gave them hell. Yeah. Now I don't see what Balaam and the other big tall man have anything to do with the welfare of Jingo, but they should ring alarming bells that all of this is diversion. There are tricks which the government uses, and they are prepared to sacrifice some of their so-called employees, like the SFC, yeah, to make it look like a murder, which they're not gonna, in fact, investigate, yeah. It's diversion, and we ignore them. By in ignoring them, we should continue to make them look stupid, yeah. Because I agree with Dr. James. Now, I mean, to be taken to ICU, which is a very important and scarce resource unit to operate, yeah, you have to be on life support, yeah. Now, this man would have been even in a first aid room. He wouldn't have been in the acute care on any case, yeah. So these are the things we need to debunk, and we make them look stupid, which thankfully everyone has been doing, and I've been enjoying it in a way. Thank you very much. I haven't got much to say anymore. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comrade Godfrey. Regarding the issue of Ugandans not being responsive, yes, we've been doing it, I know, but we just have to keep going. We just have to keep trying. Why is it easy for them, to attend to non-issues than to attend to issues? I think there is man is disposed to desire or to be attracted to pleasurable things or than to do things that require a bit of work. So I think that is Freudian psychology, that man is disposed to enjoy pleasurable things than to do things that either cause pain or require a lot of hard work. So I guess coming here is a bit of hard work, and most Ugandans don't want to do that. A good example is our girls in the Middle East. They rather go to, is it Bimansula of the TikTok Bimansula than come to, to Twitter space where we're talking about their rights and their welfare. So, but I guess we just have to keep talking and persuading them. Yes, Bujingo and the ICU unit, it is laughable. If you just look at the picture that he claims was taken in ICU, what kind of ICU is that? Not even a third world ICU. I mean, just it's a simple. It's just a simple. What is it called? It's not even a clinic. What are they called? It is just a simple. It is just it lacks. I mean, you look at ICU, you look at the infrastructure in ICU. You know, the machines around, so we don't see any of that. But I see Kakwenzi, I think I've spoken to some people at Mulago, some hospitals who are actually confirming that he does not even have a scratch on his body. So all that is just drama that we shouldn't really give much attention to, ladies and gentlemen. I think let's get to mobilizing towards January the 8th and January the 13th. Yes, let's take Dr. Mgeni. Dr. Mgeni, over to you. I'm unmuting you. Thank you. Yeah. Dr. Mgeni, over to you. Thank you.
Joe, I'm still laughing.
Start by laughing. What shall we?
Joe, I have run the intensive care unit of Mulago before. It is 3D. It's called 3D. And of course, you arrive through the emergency department. And so it's from the emergency department where they determine whether you're going to acute care unit or intensive care unit. And somebody in intensive care unit is in a vegetative state because it's life support.
Exactly.
It's life support. And this man goes to intensive care unit and starts tweeting and starts sending messages. I'm like, what? You people, what are we talking about? And now this is a whole nation fooled. I mean, who is accommodating this? And I'm like, but the medics, where are we? Where are you? Because the triage system is known. That somebody has come in, they arrive in emergency. From the emergency department, there are doctors there sorting out. This is going to a acute care unit, this is going to intensive care unit, this is going to progressive care unit. It's just, so you're like, who did this? How did Bujuga end the intensive care unit? That is not the issue, Joe. I just wanted to mention something that if you have followed me a little, especially on my tweets, Joe, you can see how Americans are fighting me. Because I went to attend, of course, my state being a small state, they call it a swing state, maybe perhaps, but I have a feeling everywhere where our people are, especially those people who are citizens, are getting these invitations to attend rallies. So I go to a rally and I ask a Ugandan question. And the presidential candidate doesn't even know Museveni. He says, who is your president? You should have seen him sweating. I told him, he's called Museveni. He said, who? I said Museveni. And now the Americans turn against me that how do you bring us your third world here when we are discussing? I told them the third world is sinking you. And I have held my ground. And if you look at the tweets, it has attracted thousands of them. And we are debating. I'm like, you cannot ignore Uganda. Uganda is that small hole on the Titanic. You are spending more money on Uganda than you are spending on yourself. And you're having a young man who is telling you that we have to stop this. And you are not seeing. And so you don't tell us about Uganda. Don't tell us about Museveni. They said, no, Museveni is currently controlling your money pass in the US, if you don't know. And so I was just trying to give you as an example that this alone, I have, every time I go to a rally, I speak about Uganda. I don't speak about the country. I speak about my country. I'm like, I am here because in one of the rallies when I attended, they said, we're not going to turn into Africa. I said, I'm here to represent Africa. I'm here to represent Africa. And it's just because you people think Africa is not is not what we are. We own gold, we own uranium, we own oil, and we're trying to tell you it is dollars, not blood, for our gold. We want dollars for our gold. We want dollars for our oil. We want dollars for our uranium. So it's not blood. You are causing bloodshed in Africa. And they listen and they get shocked. And even the presidential candidate, James, each time you come to our rally, you bring something that we don't, not even the media brings it out. And it's a turning point and we learn new things. And so for me, I'm like, in the near future, maybe if he became a presidential candidate, he knows the person who has been asking him funny questions. And on the other thing, on Busia, we are 395,000 people who are given a district, but Joe, trust me, everybody there is fearful. It has taken us days, it has taken us months of convincing to have, because each time I make a video, I say, Mr. Egesa, you are a teacher, what do you teach? What do you teach? You are not a politician, you are a teacher. And so they're like, we fear to talk. I said, come and talk. You are not politicking, you are teaching. Go on radio. Appear on these politicians dominate radio and you are not there. Go there and just teach. Teach, because it is the taking in of knowledge that will make you. And I keep telling them that I have reached in America just because I speak. And even if you went for Chagulanyi, it's just because he spoke. The more I speak, the more freedom you get. The more they fear to kill you. I don't think anyone can be interested in killing me anymore. They will say, who is this guy? I walked all in the United States just because I am an active citizen. I don't sit back. When they say there's a rally, whether Biden has come, I'll be there. I'll be near him. I'll pick a microphone. When they said Trump is here, I'll be actually, Joy, no, I was caucusing for Trump before I turned to Vivek. Just be active. Be there as a citizen, even at home. If these guys don't see us, these guys are just working on us. That's why I said they are creating ships and feeding us on wolves. That's a small thing I wanted to say, Joe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Mgeni. Very, very powerful. And thank you for igniting the debate. And I think that is what this is about. That is what the struggle is about. To really, really, to start that discussion and that debate. And that is really what amplifies our cause. And, we got to be looking for opportunities and to seize those opportunities. And they're everywhere. But again, it's just about being bold and being able to speak. And thank you again for mentoring the people of Busia. Very, very impressed by the eloquence of Mr. Egesa, Mr. Egesa. Very, very, and I think that is a constituency where you're not going to mess up with the citizens because they understand their rights. They will take their space. Will not go and take away their space. So I think many of us really need to speak to our people and encourage them and mobilize them. If we have 10 Busias, I'm sure we decide which day and 7 would be out of the country. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is something to learn from. We can continue we can do that. Maybe we're not able to have Dr. Mgeni's kinds of skills, but still we can speak to our people. Like Mimi said, invite one person here, speak to your people, the people you speak to every day are back in the village. Pass on a message of the revolution, about change, it is important. Yeah. So I see we're drawing to a close. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yes, Comrade. Thanks for that. I just wanted to say before you do the closing, I actually should have brought out this earlier, but this is our protest for this year, or we have to take action from the very beginning of the year. We are saying Uganda is not a monarchy, no to Muhoozi, no to Museveni. We are tired, we are done, and Museveni must step down, he must go. Okay, So we're saying join the urgent call to end Museveni's 37-year rule marked by severe human rights violation, saying no to the attempt to the prolonged power through succession. We demand Museveni's resignation for a peaceful transition. Let's unite for just and democratic Uganda. We are saying let's use the hashtags Free Uganda, hashtag Stop Museveni. Okay, enough is enough. Museveni must resign. If he doesn't want to resign, Ugandans, we have to take further action. We have to take demonstrations. We have to do whatever it is we can do. We've done economic boycotts. We've done so many, there's so many things we can do non-violently to stop this guy. So enough is enough. We are not going to beg for his mercy. You know, we've asked for our people. He's not bringing them back. He's not freeing our people. We, the people, have to take charge. So enough is enough. So let us, this is not the standard. Let people come up with messages. Let us have protest messages and let's put them out there. Let us tell Museveni he must resign. We are not going to wait for 2026. Okay? And there are a few points, of course, the illegal overstay in power, 6 terms and counting, the widespread abductions, the missing people, people like Chibalama, the 18 missing people, plus many more. There's so many people missing, you know, and you cannot begin to say that people just talking is propaganda. It is real, okay? Denial of basic needs, health care, we've all seen. You know, they're just fooling around saying somebody's in intensive care unit or whatever it is. And then he gets up, he's able to stand for 2-3 hours long, giving a speech with a broken, I don't know if he has 6 bullets in his back, but he's able to, let's not be fooled. Let's not be diverted, please. Okay. And we're saying no more begging for justice. We have to reach out and grab that justice. We have to grab our freedom. We have to take action. We're saying the nation is in ruins, and of course we plea for new leadership. We know we've got a genuine leader, and of course we have to demand, and we the people have to install that new leadership. But of course we have to work and ensure that the dictator is gone fast. Okay, the critical shortages, I think that's a bit of a repeat, but yes, okay, and we are crying for renewal. And how are we going to get that? Museveni must step down for a better Uganda. Hashtag Uganda is bleeding. So that's our strong message, the beginning of this year, to encourage each and every one of you to fight for justice. Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We have drawn to a close. We will be having a guest next week. This week was for us to reflect, and we should be having our civic education back very soon. We will be making announcements. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Joe, I call on you. Oh, guys, there's tweets in the chat. Let's share that and let's amplify sound. I will try to share that on Facebook as well. Come on, guys, let's close the Zoom. Yes, Joe or Ismail, please do the call and let's close the Zoom. Thank you.
We have Comrade Kato. Yes, over to you, Comrade Kato. You let me unmute you. Yes, you are unmuted. Let me see. Comrade Kato, you're unmuted. Great.
Thank you so much. It's always nice to hear my brother, honored Dr. James. You provoke us, and thank you for being there to provoking us. And one of the things I want to say is, much as sometimes we don't follow up some of these things, for us here in the UK, the bureaucracy is so hard that you can't I wrote to my MP once. They have this diplomatic thing, and it's a word that now they have done it and they're not going to do anymore. So for us, we have resorted. Now we will stand on the streets, and the thing is about what. Are you okay, Joe? So the words that
apologies, brother Kato.
No, that's
Apologies.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay. You are doing a further job. The words are very important. Words and the cry. You were saying there's those people who stood by while you're enjoying your food and everything. The governor was saying, but he didn't listen, or you didn't listen. But the words of those people was reaching God. And so I've been saying this. We've been standing on those roads or streets by Uganda House, even when it's shut, but the people. And God has been listening to us. And I want to tell you this. This year, it's a defining moment, because here in the UK, whether they like it or not, there's going to be a change in government. And Labour is going to be in. Do you know what that means? People like Priti Patel, people like Rishi Sunak, those Indians, everybody, they'll be kicked out. And then there will be a new government that we are going to now pounce on. And we're going to put more pressure on them, because if they don't listen to our cry again, what is going to happen? They're going to be voted out. But I wanted to summarize with this one. There's a man called Fanon. He said every generation must identify their calling, either to destroy it or betray it or achieve it. And for us, I've resolved we're going to achieve it and make sure it comes to play. And again, I was trying to, Geoffrey Yiga was saying, and it's true, Ugandans, for us, unless it hits you, the real problem. But I've been telling people in my group, some are quiet, some are this and the rest of it. I said, a threat of injustice anywhere is a threat to everyone. It doesn't exclude. The bishops are given expensive cars, but you know what? It is a hemorrhage. The gasoline fuel, the maintenance, the cost of maintenance, they are still driving on these roads. That is going to affect, and it's going to drain the scope, the accounts of the church, everything, to run this vehicle. And then their Christians will be driving on these hard roads all the time. Their cars will be in the garage. And they're driving on these roads that have potholes, that have the drainage are poor, they overturn in the drain. So tell me, who is safe? And they're being shot at, or whether shot at or not, in their nice cars and the rest of it. So nobody is safe. So a threat. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. My brothers and sisters, let us put that. If you think you're on the fence, hey, we'll see. We'll see. But for us, we'll keep on fighting. We'll keep on making the noise. Whether on the
weri obuvunaanyizibwa bwaffe bannayuganda okukyusa ensi yaffe. Teri mulala agenda gutukolera guno omulimu wabula nze naawe. Ffe tujja okwekolera omulimu guno, okutereeza eggwanga lyaffe, okutereeza ensi yaffe, nga tugobamu abo abatatwetaaga, abatatwagala, abataagala Uganda, abataagala nsi yaffe, nga tutegeka ensi abaana baffe gye baneeyagaliramu, nga tutegeka ensi abaana baffe gye baliwangaaliramu. Eno Uganda ya leero tenyuma. Uganda ya leero erina ebizibu bingi, era Uganda yo teriimu mukisa. Nolwekyo tulina okuzimba ensi eno esobole okubeeramu omukisa nga buli avaayo okubaako kyakola nga akifunamu nga buli alinako kyapanze nga kimulamira naye leero ne bopanga kino n'opanga kiri byonna bifa ttogge olw'okuba ensi yaffe ekulemberwa bubi n'abasajja batajagala n'abasajja batatuliiko kati buvunaanyizibwa bubwo nange n'oli okulaba nga tulwana olutalo sematalo tutereeza ensi yaffe kale gwoba otegedde ng'ogamba munno nti obuvunaanyizibwa bubwo bw'oba otegedde ng'ogamba munno nti buvunaanyizibwa bwaffe era nga tukikola awatali kulonzalonza era awatali kudda mu kino bakiri wabula nga tukikola ku lw'ensi yaffe kale mbaagala nnyo Omukama Katonda nsaba bankuumire tujja kuba tuddamu ebigambo tubyogere bw'anaabakkiriza Dunda Lugaba Namugereka bataayi mweraba